Banknote auctions gone wild. All of the banknotes that you see in this video are 100% real, genuine pieces of paper money. Now, the sales in this video are all backed by real data from Heritage Auctions, which is the leading collectibles auctioneer in the entire world. Let's kick off this video with this 1928 $1 bill. Now, this is a genuine legal tender banknote, which means you could technically bring this bill to your local bank and put into your bank account, or you could technically spend it at your local store. That would be a huge mistake because this $1 bill sold for $42,000, and here's why. So 1928 was the first year of issue for small size paper money like this. Before small size, we had what was called large size bills. Very impractical to carry around. They're really cool. I'm a big fan, but not many people even know they exist. So 1928, first year of issue for small size paper money. A big thing about this banknote is one, it has a star at the start of the serial number, which means this is a replacement note. So essentially, a replacement note is a bill that replaces banknotes that were damaged or misprinted during the printing process. To be able to find a replacement note for a 1928 legal tender $1 bill is very hard. If you do find one, make sure you contact a rare paper money expert who's going to help guide you to maximize the value of your bill, because this example sold for $42,000. Now here's a $1,000 bill from 1928. Now you may be thinking, there's no way a $1,000 bill is real. Well, it actually is. This high denomination series was discontinued in 1969 by President Nixon, primarily due to the lack of use and concerns about money laundering. They were never meant for everyday consumer use. They were mostly for large bank transfers before wire systems ever existed. Now, the highest denomination US note ever printed was $100,000 for a single bill, and these are gold certificate bills backed by actual physical gold. Those bills were featuring Woodrow Wilson, and they were never circulated to the public, only used internally between Federal Reserve banks. Now, there's also a $5,000 and $10,000 bill that we'll talk about later in this video, but this one actually is not in the best condition. PMG graded it at a very fine 20. 70 is the highest achievable grade. There's also a negative comment on the holder saying repaired, because the bill was repaired at one point. Now, what made this $1,000 bill sell for $43,200 is the fact primarily it is a star note and it is a serial number 2 bill. When it comes to rare and fancy serial numbers, that can definitely increase the value of your paper money. So if you're looking through your bills and you have a rare one that has a cool serial number, keep hold of that one, because that can be really, really valuable. If you have a $1,000 bill or you want a $1,000 bill, just make sure you're going through the right avenues to find one. There's also a $500 bill, but more on that in a different video. Once again, this $1,000 bill sold for $43,200. $55,200. Now, this is a 1934 $10 bill. Now, you may be looking at it and saying, what the heck? Why is there a blue number 10 and a yellow seal on the right? Now, this is called a North African Emergency Issue banknote. Essentially, these bills were issued by the US Treasury during World War II, specifically for use by American troops in North Africa and the Mediterranean theater. They look just like normal US paper money outside of these small features. The reason why they were issued is because there was a fear if a large amount of US currency fell into the hands of the enemy, for example, if the troops lost the territory, the US could quickly demonetize this special issue. By using a distinct design with the yellow seal, the US could instantly cancel the money and replace it, preventing Axis power from exploiting US currency. This one got graded by PMG at a 53 about uncirculated, which means there are a few folds in this bill. It is a constant reminder not to fold your paper money, because that will decrease its value. This one also is a star note replacement, and it sold for $55,200. $66,000 for this 1933 $10 bill. Now, this is a serial number 2 bill, which makes it rare, but what makes it even more rare is the fact that this is what we call the king of silvers. And the reason for that is because 1933 is the date you want to be looking for. There was a very small production run for 1933, so if you come across a 1933, definitely do not get taken for your money, because specifically 1933 $10 silver certificate bills are incredibly rare. This is a key note that you want to get your hands on. This one sold for $66,000. Now, here we have the $10,000 bill. I laugh a little bit because the price tag on this one was $372,000. That is incredible, but but getting a $10,000 bill in this high of a grade is very, very challenging, let alone getting your hands on any sort of $10,000 bill. Now, again, people will look at this and think this isn't real, but it definitely is. Paper Money Guarantee is a third-party grading company, and they have an incredibly high reputation for authenticating and grading banknotes. 64 means that there is no folds on this $10,000 bill. The banknote features Salmon P. Chase, who was a U.S. Treasury Secretary during the Civil War and also Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. These bills are incredibly rare, and fewer than 350 are known to exist today. It does hold the record for the highest denomination bill ever publicly circulated in the U.S. Once again, this $10,000 bill sold for $372,000. Alright, here's the $5,000 bill that sold for $456,000. This one features James Madison, the fourth U.S. president and father of the Constitution. There's far fewer of these bills than a $1,000 bill. Only a few hundred exist today. Now you may be wondering why the $5,000 sold for more than the $10,000, and that really comes down to the scarcity of these bills. They are harder to come across than the $10,000, but both are incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Once again, $456,000 for this $5,000 bill. We do hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to get your free coin and currency ebook down below, and we will see you guys in the next one.